Hi everyone, in this lesson you're going to be learning how to use radian measure for angles, and there's some vocabulary you need to know before we do that. A central angle of a circle is an angle with the vertex at the center of the circle. Here we have a central angle, we have the angle that has its vertex at the center. An intercepted arc, and here's a demonstration of an intercepted arc, is the portion of the circle with endpoints on the sides of the angle and the remaining points within the interior of the angle. So that's some geometry vocabulary that you need to remember before we talk about radians. When a central angle intercepts an arc that has the same length as a radius of the circle, the measure of the angle is defined to be 1 radian. And here I have a picture. So we have the radius, and this intercepted arc of this central angle is equal to the measure of the radius. So that's what we refer to as a radian. Like degrees, radian measures the amount of rotation from the initial side to the terminal side of an angle. So most of the time, as you get more advanced and you move into calculus, we refer to angles as radians, more in radians than we do in degrees. So one of the skills you'll need is how to convert between degrees and radians. When there's no degree symbol, we're going to always assume radians. If we want to convert from degrees to radians, we'll multiply by pi over 180. And if we want to convert from radians to degrees, we'll multiply by 180 over pi. Convert each degree measure to radians and each radian measure to degrees. Express radian measures in terms of pi. A lot of times when you see a radian, we won't multiply out the pi. So we have 3 pi over 4. Because there's no degree symbol, we know that 3 pi over 4 is in radians. So we're going to convert from radians to degrees. So we're going to multiply by 180 degrees over pi. The pi's cancel. And so we end up with 3 times 180 divided by 4, which is 135 degrees. Number 2 is 45 degrees. We have a degree symbol. We know it's in degrees. We want to convert it to radians. So if we're going to convert from degrees to radians, we're going to multiply by pi over 180. We said we're going to leave radians in terms of pi, so we end up with just 45 pi over 180. The degrees cancel. And we want to simplify that. If you're really not sure and you don't want to spend a lot of time trying to figure it out, you can use your calculator to simplify this 45 over 180. So we would type it in the calculator, 45 divided by 180. And then we could just do math. And you're going to select the first one, frac. And that'll convert that 45 to 1 over 180 to a simplified fraction of 1/4. So we end up with, in this case, we end up with pi over 4. 1/4 times pi, which is just pi over 4. Number 3, pi over 2 is in radians because we don't have a degree symbol. We know we're in radians, so we're converting from radians to degrees. So we're going to multiply by 180 degrees over pi. The pi's will cancel. We end up with 180 degrees divided by 2, which gives us 90 degrees. And the last one, number 4, 270 degrees. We have the degree symbol. We know we're working with degrees. So we want to convert from degrees to radians. So we're going to multiply by pi over 180. The degree symbols will cancel. We'll end up with 270 pi over 180. Let's simplify that using the calculator. We're going to do math, enter, enter, and that gives us 3 over 2. So we're left with 3 pi over 2. So the next page is just the unit circle in degrees and radians. In the last lesson, we looked at the unit circle just in terms of degrees, but now we're including radians as well. So if you look at, let's say pi over 2, when we convert pi over 2 to degrees, we got 90, right? So on the unit circle, we're showing every degree measure with radians as well. 30 degrees is equivalent to pi over 6 radians. 45 degrees is equivalent to pi over 4 radians, and so forth, all the way around the unit circle. So this copy of the unit circle is the one that you want to keep handy, and it's the one that you're going to use to reference from this point on. All right, thanks for watching. Have a great day.